welcome. This is the Should I Play This Game podcast number 326 for the 1st of September 2025. As always, joined by the one and only Steve Francis. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. See, there's only one of me, because if there were more, the world would be fucked.
Indeed it would. Indeed it would.
Yep. Pure chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. That is afraid of the police.
Probably witness you shouldn't have if you're agent of chaos, but there you go.
Well, there's an extent to which I believe you can commit chaos without being charged with something like mayhem.
I guess so.
Yeah. Which is actually a crime in America. You can get charged with mayhem. That's pretty good. And then cartoon violence, which I'm a big fan of.
Indeed.
Anyway, how's tricks?
Yeah, not much. All going good. All going good.
I can ramble about cartoon violence and potential criminal charges. I didn't do it.
It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. Into your game, sir.
And a quarter on the counter. It wasn't me. That song's fucking terrible. It was terrible then. Anyway, so this is going to be I've already mentioned, this will be a consistent, I guess, factor for at least the next few weeks, maybe even a couple of months, because I only seem to be putting at most 4 hours a week into it, which is, for those who are on the podcast version, it is a Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Excuse me, I am enjoying it. I'm just not rushing it. That, and I'm also trying to play other games as well. I will say I've played a bit more into Act 2. I do know I've already missed one achievement / quest, because after Act 1 happens, you can't do that quest anymore. I was like, shit! There's people who are on New Game Plus 33. And I'm like, God damn. Which is ironic for the title. But anyway, the different things that some of the characters have going on seems like they're building, as the game goes on, there are going to be even more fucked things that happen than at the end of Act 1. And the end of Act 1 was pretty fucked. I did some exploring, or have been doing some exploring. That's part of the reason why I haven't probably made as much progress in the main story as the hour count might suggest. I rocked up on at least 6 different fights in the world, or in different areas. Because sometimes you rock up on cave openings and different things, and it'll be in the portal, because basically they're all big circular portals. It'll be colored red. So if you rock up on it, it's got the words danger with an exclamation point and in big red writing. So I'm like, all right, I'll come back to this. These fights I rocked up on didn't have that, and they all one-shot killed me. I'm like, whoa. And 3 of them had the word chromatic in their title, which suggests something really fucked. I also stumbled into something that I didn't like about this game, which is it's been quite rare in Claire Obscure, because I've really enjoyed most of what it's doing. There's a couple of mini games that are accessible via the map that I got fucking hella frustrated at, but still made myself do, because I want to do as much as possible in this game. One's kind of a volleyball thing, where there's this race of creatures called Gestrel in the game, and they fling a ball at you, and you do the attack that you only do in the open world, which is kind of a whah, a force push kind of thing. But it's got a decent animation build and even longer animation cooldown.
Okay.
So you can really end up fucking yourself hard if you get that wrong. And you're basically parrying this ball back and forth, and then if the Gestrel doesn't hit it back, you get a point, or it loses health off its little base thing that it's standing on, because you're basically standing on rafts. And there was one, I had, I think in each of the levels you get given, or each of the levels, there's 3 levels to it, and I think I had 6 or 8 hit points on my raft, and the other Gestrel had 16, because that was the highest difficulty one. And I was cracking away at that for like 40 minutes going, oh, you motherfucker. Because it's just like there's interesting ideas in these mini games, but they just stretch what the control system they've devised can do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like up to its level and almost breaking it. Because there was another one that was kind of a platforming / climbing tower. And you get to the top and you get a reward, which was a hairstyle, which is all right. Which, for some of the super serious events, I've got some of the members of my party dressed really fucking stupid because that's just the costumes that have become available. And then these really serious moments happen. I'm like, this is being undercut slightly by my choice of attire here. But yeah, the climbing section was it wasn't like the meme game Chained Together, which is kind of this, but it's co-op, so you're chained together literally, or kind of a Getting Up with Bet at 40, just 3D, not 2D. I ended up getting that done, but again, it was just that thing of really stretching the control system up to breaking point for what it's capable of.
So why are these mini games in the game?
Something to do.
There's no story element as to why they're there.
Not really. It's just you rock up on a gestural beach and there's this big ass gestural standing there going, hey, I've got this game or this challenge. Do you want to do it? You'll get extravagant rewards. And I'm like, yeah, I like extravagant rewards.
Okay.
And then it's a costume. Somewhat unrelated. God fucking damn it. Somewhat unrelated to this. I was playing this and a game I'll get to in a sec with the old 8-Bit Do Pro 3. And I was getting a really weird issue where the left trigger would just activate without being pushed. And I'm like, that's fucked. And I went online and it was like, update the firmware. So I went and got the firmware updater. And literally the third note on the firmware was corrected trigger activation without being pressed. And I'm like, what is modern society? Fucking microwaves need a fucking firmware update these days. I do have I've already shown the controller off a couple times on the Friday shows. I've got a new one sitting here. And and I've bought 2 more that are coming. My curiosity wins out over my common sense. So I'm trying, and the other part is I'm trying to find a fucking non-Xbox controller that's a non-Microsoft controller that has a good D-pad as well as all the other shit they've got. It's impossible. Because all of the controllers I've got, like, it's way too easy to accidentally shift your weight on the thumb and activate a diagonal. Which, for one game I'm going to talk about a bit later, is kind of a fucker. Anyway, Claire Obscure. Expedition 33 is fucking fantastic. It's a front runner for my game of the year so far. With as much as I've played. And there's talk of either doing a sequel or DLC, which, based on what I've seen, I don't know how you pulled that off, but sure. This game's, I talked about this last time, Driftwood, fucking fantastic. I finished it, so I 100% got all the goals on all the levels, got all the achievements, so that's basically done. The 100% achievements have really small completion percentages, which weirded me out. Like 1, 2, 3%. And I'm like, what the fuck? Some of them are a little bit tough, don't get me wrong, but some of them aren't that hard. But I really dig this game. It's that Tony Hawk style of sort of putting everything together, but you've also got the downhill component and the sense of speed, particularly when you're going 100, 120, 130, and you are on the edge of your seat, and the old rear end is puckering up a little, going, oh God, don't hit a wall. And then you hit a wall and you see him go, whee. Yeah, it's fucking neat. And there's some really interesting course designs. Like there's an abandoned bobsled track. And the very last, it's fucking awesome because the very last course is a snow mountain. And one of the challenges is like finish it in 30 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck? Because obviously going downhill on a skateboard, you're going on roads and there's like guardrails and shit like that. So you try and cut corners. You hit that and you fucking go flying. Yeah, that's not the case on this snow track. It's fucking fun.
Mm.
And it's a lot harder to crash. Anyway,
Mm.
I really dug it. I think it's well worth playing. Yeah, moving on. Revenge of the Savage Planet is finished.
Mm.
I got all the achievements in that too. Fuck's sake. I needed to look one up, and it was the very last one. And I'd literally done about 80% of what was required for the achievement. I just had to walk up and push X. And I'm like, fuck, god damn it. But what a fucking bizarre, rad, fun thing. Like, it takes that Savage Planet formula with the first-person shooting by switching it to third person, by making it a bit more of a collectathon style, platformer style thing while keeping the open world, the scanning and all that sort of stuff. It makes it really, really fun. And it's just super enjoyable. And it's something nice about sitting back playing just like it, not necessarily a chill game, but it's chill enough. And it's just super whimsical. There's a bunch of like really great humor to it. Some of it doesn't quite land. And then you get weird little cute animals like this fucking furry guy who screams, runs at you, and explodes. I think there's room for a third. How they do that, I don't know. The talk is that Raccoon Logic are moving on to something else that isn't Savage Planet related, and maybe come back to it later. But I think it's great. I really dug it. It was something that I was more than happy to continue playing. But yeah, it's great. People should play it. We've hit our first game that I don't think people should play. Chronicles of the Wolf is... oh, God, fucking before I even start talking about the game, Jesus Christ. So I booted the game up, 2 different controllers, and on the main menu, it just went... it just kept running the selector through the main menu options.
Okay.
No matter what I did. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought the controller was broken for a second. And I ended up doing some digging around and just, okay, let's enable Steam input and see what happens. Fixed it. Fucking PCs are weird. This is an incredibly self-serious narrative game, or narrative-framed search action game in the style of Symphony in the Night, the Castlevania game that came out on the PlayStation 1. Very, very Symphony of the Night. To the point where I think if maybe Konami looked at it, they might have some questions about whether or not they could sue. If you've played Symphony of the Night, the UI looks a little bit familiar. The numbers popping off when you're doing damage looks familiar. Graphically, there's a bit of similarities there. Some parts are a bit more fleshed out. This kid apparently was walking in the forest to pick wild fruits without their parents knowing. That's weird. Basically, there's a big-ass wolf that's terrorizing this land, and you need to figure it out and kill it. But I didn't want to, because after a while, I got sick of it. It's almost like using the word aping or copying or whatever might be a little bit harsh, but it's kind of a little accurate. Like, the hitbox detection is super weird. Like, you can have... if you've got because there's a few different attack animations depending on the weapon. Like, if you've got a 2-handed sword, it'll be a vertical slash down, which is really handy. But then if you get a more powerful sword that's just a horizontal slash, you could have a bird come down, smack you in the head, and not be able to get hit by the sword. Because of the way, like, there's no diagonal input for swinging the sword or anything like that. It's very, very adherent to what Symphony of the Night was. You can't jump on a platform unless you could land your feet on it. So no grabbing of platforms, nothing like that. I don't know I think there's a double jump. I read, by the time I stopped playing, I looked online and people were like, it's one of the worst fucking double jumps I've ever come across. I'm like, oh shit. There's no volume. There's fuck all in the way of menu settings or menu options, including no volume sliders. And it needs it because the music is fucking loud. Almost obnoxiously so. The music's pretty good. It's not bad. But fuck me, it's obnoxiously loud. And you can't adjust it unless you're just adjusting your PC's volume. And you're not using quote unquote start or select to open a menu. You're using the triggers in order to equip things or heal. For example, you need to go into said menu to dig around through your items to press the button. And there's a split second of latency between hitting the button and then the menu coming up. There's just a lot of things where I don't know if it's a deliberate choice or if it's something that maybe they didn't intend and that's what's come across. And like the checkpoints are somewhat kind of shit to a point where I had to repeat the same 10, 15 minutes in an encounter or that had an encounter in it because I just kept dying. Not for any fault of the game, but fuck, when the checkpoints are relatively sparse, you get to the point where if you have very little health, you're like, oh, geez, here we go. And then you die. And because of its classic nature, there isn't the ability, like, unlike some other or more recent and more recently framed games of this type, the controls, while having a tightness to it, there's a latency or an enforced latency. You can't just jump. For example, there's a jump, a half-second pause before you can jump again, and it's like, fuck! And same with attacks. Like, if you jump, land, and try and swing, there's a half-second between when you can, like, between landing and being able to swing. And it's just they've just gone out of their way to try and cling to nostalgia and the genres of origins, and just not included any of the modern trappings that we've moved past that make that genre much more enjoyable in 2025. Whereas some of these choices were more just a result of hardware limitations in 1998. I respect what they're trying. Oh boy, howdy, there's a divisiveness in the reviews too. I've seen some are like, yeah, 9. Some are like 4. Fuck this game. But fuck me, it's just too frustrating and just too old to want to stick with. So I didn't. Yeah. Astro Prospector is pretty neat. It is a game where you're mining for coffee in space. That's right. Coffee doesn't come from beans in the ground. It comes from asteroids in fucking space. It's somewhat incremental and idle. And you see the little ship here. That doesn't actually show. You can see the beans on the screen in the screenshot for those of you watching the video. And the lasers that both target enemies and the asteroids, so it does both. On like an idle game, ass game type, where it activates, it does its attack. There's a slight cooldown, then it activates again. And there's a pretty large skill tree where the damage of it can get ramped, the cooldown can get ramped up, attack speed, all that sort of stuff. And then you get like the enemies that also come on screen, and it's a little bullet helly, which adds that layer of complexity than just, hey, go and just chill out and mine these asteroids because it'd be way too boring otherwise. And you've also got this meter of coffee where if the meter runs out, you fall asleep and your run ends. I played a couple hours of the demo on a Friday show, bought the main game, played a couple of hours, and then just one night after school, I was trying to get the damage up and accidentally mashed out the last like 4.5, 5 hours in one shot and finished it. But it's super neat. I like the name of the developer, Incrementalist. That's pretty neat. For the sort of idle game, ass game, I think it comes right up to as long as you'd want it to be. I was chipping away at trying to increase damage by one unit or by a unit on the upgrade menu. And then after a while, I'm like, fuck this. Let's do some upgrades in other spots. And I ended up just absolutely mashing through like enemies and stuff because I was like, oh, wait, if I had done this, then this would, shit. But it's rad as hell. Speaking of rad as hell, this will be the last time I talk about Super Roboy because I finished it. Finished it on stream on Friday because I was really, really close and I wanted to knock it off. I still have like 20 or 30 achievements left because they've given achievements for fucking everything possible in the game, like speed run, completion percentage, difficulty. But it has a fantastic little animated art style. I think that's right. These screenshots are really quite old because that's not even remotely close to what Roboy looks like anymore. But the animated art style looks really neat. It controls well. I already said, but the first time I played it, I was like, went back and I'm like, I'm glad I did because I got past the little hump at the start and really enjoyed what I played. It's nothing world breaking. It's nothing super original, but it's just a well executed one of those with a relatively small development team. And it's fucking fantastic. Much like Dusk, much like Bo, the Path of the Teal Lotus, this might be a competitor for the Steve Sorry Award for shitting on it initially and then coming back and it being good. Maybe I just rush to judgments too quickly sometimes. Who can say? A game I did not rush to put negative judgment because it's fucking awesome. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. It kind of mixes Zelda with Metroidvania search action elements. That's the initial loading screen, and the little fake Game Boy Advance rotates, and it's fucking awesome. It's got really neat looking sort of classic pixel art, but the mechanics you obviously wouldn't have been able to do back in the day. It's really clever in how it designs the navigational puzzles, the combat encounters, like everything that could have some sort of puzzly hook to it. They do really well in developing and fleshing out. I really dig this. The different abilities that it opens up are really entertaining in the way they're used. The story is kind of ridiculous, but does a really good job of shitting on corporate culture because Pippet, who is the main character, his auntie runs the Pipistrello industry, which is a power company, and they charge exorbitant prices right up until these 4 douchebags come in and go, haha, check this out. We're taking shit over. Fuck you, and try to kill her. And Pippet thinks it's a great idea to throw his yo-yo because he goes to international yo-yo competitions. And then his auntie's spirit embodies the yo-yo. So it's pretty neat in the narrative hooks it goes for. And he'll like see enemies or read a comic book to learn new abilities. It's like, I've seen these guys. I reckon I could try this. Does it? He's like, yeah. So you don't find the abilities in the environment via upgrades or anything like a traditional search action game. Which I'm learning more and more. There's like, fuck, I can't do this. How the fuck do I do it? And like intently focus, trying to do it and look it up. Where I'm just like, I can't do this right now. I'll come back. I'm learning. If only I could learn in real life. Last one. Pip My Dose. Great name for a Yahtzee cross Balatro game. Like legitimately. That's not the... There we go. Like literally Yahtzee cross with Balatro. You get 3... What would you call those? Like banks? Kind of?
Guess the rows, yeah.
Yeah, 3 rows, 3 banks. And you... Yeah. Hey?
A set of dice.
Yeah. Oh, you start off with like 5 or 6 dice, and much like Yahtzee, you're trying to get pairs or like straights and stuff like that. As you use each of these trays, you get 1 permanent upgrade to the multiplier. You'll find there's trinkets you'll come across that obviously impact on that and change how your scores are being tallied up and stuff. I had a winning run that went for over an hour where each of the trays, the multiplier was something along the lines of, I don't know, 250. And like the flourish when the scores come popping out of the actual score bank and into the meter for the actual level is really quite nice. But fucking hell, there is a grind behind achievements, behind progress. Like, I have played it for... Where the fuck? Let's see if it's still in my... There it is. 2.2 hours. I've won 2 achievements. One, there's an achievement for roll 10,000 dice. And I'm on like less than 2,000. in 2 hours. So like the level of grind and the level of attrition that's required to stick with this and build it and all that sort of stuff is just something I'm not keen to do. It's fine. It's quite entertaining in and of itself. But holy shit, do I have way more games to play than trying to fucking throw 15, 16, like 20 hours into this. Which is a shame because it's neat in its design. And it is a nice little take on Pimp My Ride. Like, even the logo design is pretty much the same. But, sadly, I move on. And that's it. There's other games I've played on the different streams and stuff. Some of them very good. Some of them not so good. But they're up on YouTube, so people can look at that. What about... Shocking.
Indeed. I actually went to sit down yesterday to actually record or edit that first episode of season 2. Only to discover that I deleted the file that I created, so I had to fucking start again. So basically, that's what I've done. I've now started the restarted.
How?
I've just accidentally deleted it.
It just happened.
Yeah,
and a big. It's probably too large to go in the recycle bin.
Oh yeah, it would be like they're 15 gigs each, whatever they are.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, so yeah, so then I went to edit it. Where the fuck's the file gone? Then I realized, shit, I deleted it. Didn't realize I deleted it. I thought the folder of files I was deleting, that wasn't in it. It was in the folder I wanted it to be to edit it, but it wasn't. So I just deleted it.
Oh no.
So yeah, so then basically said, oh well, I'll just restart the save again, which is what I've done. So that's cool. So, yeah.
I was going to ask if you had to replay what you'd recorded.
Well, I didn't have to, but I chose to. I mean, I could have just
fair enough.
I could have just started the season from where I left off the save, but I thought, oh well, I did want to do this from the beginning, so
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so I started it again. So yeah, so basically I played it 4 or 5 hours since we last recorded, and I basically played the same bit twice. So,
fucking A.
So
you know what's weird? Like, for as much like relatively, because I didn't get on the PC during the week too much, but for as much time as I spend in front of the computer, I haven't seen it pop with you playing Satisfactory, which must have been either like you're appearing offline or just you're doing it in times I'm off and shit like that.
Yeah, and I only played it for probably 2 hours yesterday, maybe less. So
weird.
Probably in the afternoon. Yeah, I mean we have got a lot of 2-hour time difference, so yeah.
That does, and you also go to bed really quite late. Like, I'd start falling asleep on the couch by fucking 9 o'clock. Bullshit, bro.
Still working through Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon
Wildlands.
So, yep, still enjoying that. But, yeah, not a main focus, as you would expect, but, yeah, still enjoying it. And there's 2 games that are new, but one of them has been around for a while on various platforms. We'll get to that one later.
Kind of new, but also kind of not.
Kind of not. This one is a new city builder called DarkSwitch, and that's actually one word, not 2. And it's basically, I think a couple of episodes ago, I might have talked about a game, and I'm trying to get its name. It was something like Haven Tower or something. What was it called?
Yeah. Where it looked all sort of cardboardy and wood, but it was vertical on water.
Yeah, like it was basically a tower, like a city builder based around a tower, effectively, where you were building up and you had to sort of build little platforms to build your. I think that's what it was. Was that it?
I will say the name DarkSwitch doesn't necessarily strike me because I saw that on your list and I'm like, wait, is Graham fucking playing Souls games all of a sudden? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, the name.
And then I looked it up, and
the name doesn't really tell you anything about the game at all.
It's either like a Souls game or something like Hollow Knight ripoff.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's basically it's a city builder. But so there, Haven Stario Haven Tower is what I'm referring to. Its demo is still available if you want to play it. It's basically that game is a city builder based around a tower that you build up. This one's a city builder based around a tree that you build around. So it's kind of neat in how it presents things. So you can sort of see in the main art here, and this does represent pretty closely what the game looks like, which is cool.
It's a really nice aesthetic to it.
Yeah, it looks nice and neat, but it's this. You can see the sort of fog that's in the foreground here. That makes your residents and your workers and stuff go slowly mad. and that fear meter,
Sweet.
top right
Yeah.
hand corner. So it's almost like a bit of crossbunk in there as well in terms of why you're doing what you're doing.
Mm.
So you can see we've got a fear meter in the sort of the top right, which has got those three little sort of skull symbol across this big long meter at the top here. But beyond that, you're doing the same things. You've got wood collection, you've got that sort of production stuff, and you're building on the tree, on the actual trunk is where you're building stuff. You can see this art here's got like this screenshots. You're building a might be like a dwelling or something like that, and it'll build all the platforms onto the tree for you. How the citizens get around the tree, including they'll actually also build these vertical things here.
That's what I was going to ask about.
That's how it can go up in levels. That's how they can sort of move up and down the tree.
Do you do that, or does the game
The game
automatically do that?
automatically does it, sort of thing. So you don't have a choice. You're not building paths at all yourself.
But the placement of like the building in that sector wouldn't necessitate the type of.
Yeah, so it'll build the pathing to connect it to other parts of what you've built. But you can sort of go out a fair way. Look, you see, you can go out a fair way away from the tree.
Yeah, it looks like a ground level as well, where most of the farming and shit is done.
So on the ground level, you've got this sort of things. The ground level is where you've got most of your resources, like wood and food and that kind of stuff. You see, there's like rivers and stuff there, so you can fish.
Yep.
But you can see here the paths are going through. Look, there's a path through here.
Yeah.
So when you plonk down your building, it'll build the path for you. It'll automatically build it, which is kind of neat. So you don't have to worry about building paths around the thing. And I think
very nice aesthetic.
Yeah, look, it does look like a nice game. And it's got the story is still delivered by this sort of just reading dialogue and have choices around stuff. And there's more of that fog.
Can you, like, as you expand, does the fog dissipate, or does the fog stay there based on what you build and shit?
So I'm playing a demo currently. This game is not actually out yet. I'm playing a demo. It is. I think the implication is that you're trying to figure out what the fog is and how they call it the fog. Even it's got an actual name, I think, in the game, but they just generally call it the fog. To help either completely stop it, but at least prevent it from being as damaging to your citizens as it can be. But going back to which shows it best. So you can see on the bottom icon you've got your standard, icons for building. That right hand one has got 163 or 340 there in the icon.
Yep.
That's how many citizens you've got and how many
population limit.
That sort of stuff you've got.
Yep.
Again, it breaks them down into 3 or 4 different types, and based on the building you build, you've got to populate it with certain types of workers essentially to be more efficient. So it's neat in its presentation.
What's the escalating numbers along the side?
They're days.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure there's a there might be some sort of event that happens after a period of time. I've only played up to partway through the 3rd or 4th day so far.
I was going to say, down the bottom left hand corner, it's got 1 days until height level.
Which I've no idea what that means. So there's a few things like that in it that are interesting. So yeah, it's got some interesting aesthetics. I think it's not quite as brutal as Frostpunk can get.
Frostpunk was its own special kind of fucked.
It was, but the idea behind it was you were trying to build a city up and protect yourself. That concept is basically replicated here. But the consequence of getting things wrong isn't quite as bad from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
But it's interesting in that, as we were sort of saying before, like the city builder genre is massive now, and will be for some time.
Every genre is massive now, yeah.
But you're always looking for something that does it just a little bit differently.
Like a hook.
The hook to say, okay, this is what I want. And this is kind of neat. I mean, I think visually it looks pretty neat. The way the story is sort of given by these dialogue choices. Some dialogue choices you've got, well, not dialogue choices, options you've got to choose.
Event type things. This is some are going to have a negative and some are going to be positive sort of thing. So yeah, it's interesting the way they set it up, and I think it's quite neat. It has a lot of potential, but I get a weird Against the Storm vibe from it too.
A little bit, but it's more where Against the Storm is more contained to each sort of little.
And
sector.
it's also much more RTS with like combat and
RTS
shit.
is what it does, but this cover art where it's got the sort of little like monster,
sort of steampunky tank type thing
on it. I've not seen that in demo yet, and I'm intrigued by that because that kind of looks like it could be an interesting little, thing. Might be some sort of. There's also research as you expect, so there's all that sort of stuff.
Hilariously, like devoid of context. Like you look at the name and this key art, it could be fucking like any game out of like 15 different genres. It could be a Souls-like, it could be a search action, Metroidvania. Like if you had said to me, what do you think the sort of game DarkSwitch is, without me having already looked it up out of curiosity, I would never have struck at it's a city builder around a tree.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and that's what I think the name is just. There's been nothing in the game so far that says, "Oh, I know, I can see why they're calling it."
Now there's what,
Now it makes sense, but there's been nothing so far. So.
Strikes me as a kind of, I don't know, maybe cover-based third-person shooter. Maybe as well, possibly some mechanics like that. I don't know who would make a game like that though.
Yeah, no. Gears of War Reloaded.
Boom.
This game came out on the PlayStation. Ooh.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
And Steam as well. Basically, it is the Gears of War remaster from a couple of years back.
The Ultimate Edition. It came out in like 2013, I want to say.
Like that. So it's not being remade from the ground up kind of a thing. This release.
No.
It is just it is just the game that's been around for a long time. It does look pretty good.
Version of Gears of War 1.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. And I've only played it for an hour, half an hour this morning just to see how it goes. I'm playing the Xbox / Windows Store version of it. It is on Steam. It'll set you back about $50 on Steam, which I think is a reasonable price for it. I think the Steam version does have some technical issues, which I'm sure at some point over time they will resolve them, as all games do. It does have the multiplayer stuff, although it doesn't have the original couch co-op that came with the console version back in the 360 era. Doesn't have that, so that's probably disappointing for some players. But yeah, I mean, it's not a game I'm going to play excessively. I did like Gears of War from years when I first played with a mate of mine back then. So I mean, I'll probably go back to it in just bits and pieces, leading up to Gears of War Emergency E-Day. I think they're calling the next game.
E-Day, well done.
E-Day, I think that's what they're calling the next one. Which hasn't
got a
date
indeed.
yet, but I
just looked it up.
It doesn't have a date yet, but I assume that'll be next year. I imagine. I think.
Well, they're running out of runway to A, announce a 2025 date, and B, ship for a 2025 date. So yeah, probably. Yeah. I think 2026 is a fair bet.
I think that'll be next year, that one out. But which I'm always looking forward to a new game in that series. I think that franchise is one of the best going around on any platform. But now it's on PlayStation, which, as you said, is a bit weird, but Microsoft like.
Yeah, seeing the PlayStation Australia Facebook account going, press R1 for active reload. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But yeah, it's interesting now that you've got Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
You've got Xbox have been putting their games on multi-platform for a while now, so that's not new. But
the Helldivers 2 coming out literally within days of this, it was like swapping platforms. It was
and
like there was a Halo ODST War Bond that went into Helldivers 2 on both platforms.
Yeah.
I have heard talk or opinions that sort of suggest that, that really should have been the first 3 games.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it would probably make more sense to make that the trilogy and put them all out. Maybe do them really well and remaster them or something like that. Maybe. But I think that was just let's get this game onto the platform.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation.
We need time to make money.
Basically.
Remasters are pretty good for that.
Well, that's why Helldivers is on bloody PlayStation. So.
Fuck, eh?
So, but But yeah, that's all I've played is those 4 games. So yeah, not always my
Nearly
usual
knocked my
low
drink
number
over.
of games, but that is what it is. What we'll also do, being that this episode's out on the 1st of September, we will go all the way back. Whoop, not that far, and we will do the games of September.
Here comes September. That's the way you wanna remember. Sorry.
That's not September.
That says May or August.
That says August.
There we go.
September. There we go.
So, one thing I will say, I was digging through September releases via our usual avenue, which is the Wikipedia list for the games of 2025. And I was looking at my Steam wish list, and I maybe could have added twice as many games that are fucking here, because there's like September is quite stacked. October is fucking hell of stacked as well. But first cab off the ranks, this week is quite busy too. Metal Eden, a first-person semi-boomer shooter. I think I've played the demo of this on a stream, and I enjoyed what I played of it. Again, like all of these games come with the caveat of hopefully it sticks the landing, because sometimes they fucking don't. But yeah, Metal Eden looks like it could be rad, as does Hirogami, which is kind of an action-adventure game with origami.
Yeah, like it's a paper-based world of some sort. It does look really...
Kind of Culabra, where it's sort of a digital paper craft. It's not quote-unquote real paper.
Yeah, it's not like Paper Mario kind of stuff from the past, but
it has a neat look.
What they've created look really very interesting. So
yeah. That's also this coming week. As is Adventure of Samsara. That's fucking out on damn near everything. Search action / Metroidvania game, published by Atari. Atari also published Shadow Labyrinth, which I haven't played it yet, but boy howdy has the reviews for that not been great. Hopefully this one does itself a little better, because again, it looks really neat. I like me a search action Metroidvania game, and there's quite a few of those that are really good. This one's coming from Brazil. Not 100% sure if they're building a great deal of Brazilian folklore into it, but always interesting to get games from non-typical regions of the world as well. Normally, Brazilian games are games that are modern games designed for the Mega Drive. That's weird, but moving on. Just a little old game. Up next, kind of small, Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yeah, Silksong, yeah.
There's a part of me that's looking forward to this game coming out, just so people will shut the fuck up every time a stream happens and go, is Silksong going to be there? The biggest question is, does it stick the landing? All reports suggest, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Is it going to live up to the hype? Fucking nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it.
It'll be another edition in Hollow Knight, Hollow Knight games. There was the Jason Schreier did his tweet when we did the opening night live, and he's like, "Oh, the announcement's coming from Team Cherry on Thursday, and at the same time, I'll have a report on Bloomberg for why it took 6 years." I read that story, and it was really fucking short, because it was just like, we enjoyed making it. We didn't have a need to push it because the money's good, because Hollow Knight, I don't know if you know this, sold a lot of fucking copies.
Yeah.
So it was just like, really, Jason? Really, Schreier? You needed that? That could have been a tweet. But finally, people will be able to hopefully shut the fuck up, and we'll find out if it's any good or not. Should be right.
Yeah.
New Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. This is the one that has, quote unquote, some generative AI usage in developing images for foliage and grass textures.
Oh, yeah. That thing. Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yes, that is this thing. Not on Xbox, which is weird. But also, I mean, Xbox doesn't do well in Japan. This series does do well in Japan. I really liked the last Everybody's Golf that was on PlayStation. The mobile port the port of the mobile game to the Switch was all right, but I fell off that because its mobiliness just got too mobile-y, which is a really weird. That's a really weird combination of words. Yeah.
We're still in this week. We're still in the first week.
It is still, yeah, we're still in this. Like, it's hilarious, though, because once we get past this week, September kind of just goes, it kind of takes a dip off a cliff.
Yeah.
Cronus the New Dawn, the new IP from Bloober Team, that looks more and more like Dead Space the more I see of it. And I'm I don't want to say super looking forward to it because I don't want to set it up and have it just come crashing down. But everything I'm seeing of it makes it look really fucking cool. Does Bloober Team stick the landing on both the gameplay design and the writing? Because that's one of the biggest criticisms of Bloober Team is their writing is kind of mid or against the type. But it has a very Dead Space style to it, and Dead Space, I think, is fucking awesome. Hopefully this game is too. All right, we got out of the first week of September.
Yep.
To a game that I'm looking forward to, but also I'm not sold on if it's going to be any good or not.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Borderlands 4 here. This game, obviously, its reputation precedes it. And that's kind
Borderlands
of why
3's reputation kind of fucked this a little bit.
And that's kind of why we're both sort of going, well, I'm intrigued by this game. I probably won't buy it at launch. But
mate of mine's pre-ordered the fucking deluxe version. He's like, yeah! I'm like, dog, remember 3, calm down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this game, like the gameplay in Borderlands 4 is well known by now. You know what that's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be first-person Diablo.
First-person Diablo sort of stuff. But it's the story and the writing that where this game will either fall flat or land okay. For me, at least, anyway. So.
Yep.
But, yeah, they've got
given how fucking long those games are.
Coming out on the 12th on a couple of platforms, and on the Switch in October, which is intriguing why that's not coming out on day one with everything else. But anyway,
probably because they can't get it to run. Lego Voyages, basically Lego split fiction.
but it's not split screen though. Yeah.
No, it's not split screen.
But you simply play as a couple of Lego pieces. Really good.
Which there was the Lego Builder's Journey, which was a single player adventure, much in line with this to an extent. And that was really neat when that came out. I'm exceptionally curious about how this lands. It looks like it could be fucking cool as shit.
Visually, it looks really neat, but yeah, as you say, like how it comes down to how it plays will be the big thing.
Yeah, and the quote unquote writing, which most of it probably won't be actual writing. It'll probably be just delivered through the actual gameplay and things like that. Annapurna joint. We ain't seen an Annapurna game for a spell. So yeah. I played the demo of this a while ago. Letters to Arala. It's a little turnip where you can see his little turnip butt, which you can probably see that in the first screenshot there. There it is, turnip butt. Where you're delivering letters around this island to different sentient fruits and vegetables, and there we go. I was going to write it down, so if I didn't do it, I'm glad you did. The demo was just had really neat characters. It was a nice. You don't want to keep using the word cozy, but it does have a really nice vibe to it, and just the exploration, the delivery of the letters. It seems like it could be a really good one of those types of games. Hopefully there haven't been too many to saturate the genre, and this one not experience a level of success.
Yep.
It's finally coming out. Fucking Skate. I don't know what there is to say about this thing at this point. It's coming out in early access on Tuesday, September 16. I've seen at least one review-ish piece of writing that says the actual skating mechanics are all right, but everything else, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of clips that have a real look like Skate 2, 3, all that sort of stuff as well. my question becomes, how fucking long is this thing in early access for?
Well, it's really odd to see EA attached to an early access game. That's for sure.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, you'd think that if it's got EA's name attached to it, it doesn't need to be in early access for a long time because of money. But
This thing's been in development though for about 4 or 5 years.
But maybe it needs to be a bit more. Maybe it does need some actual feedback from players to get to get it, dialed in, so to speak. So maybe that's what they need it for. So
they're going full games of service. It's free. It's free on launch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or free to play, free to start, whatever you want to call it. The extent to which the monetization hooks get in on this will be something I'm curious to see. I have high hopes. I don't know why, because outside of Skate, the Skate games were fucking fantastic. I am fully prepared, though, for EA to fuck this into the dirt.
Yeah.
See, we brought back Skate, and then it was shit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a U game.
Yep. Town to City is a game that I talked about a couple of episodes back. It's
Yes, you did.
Another city builder that's sort of got this voxel sort of tilt shift style art to it, which looks really neat. And basically you're expanding a little city / town around a central train station. And you get to put down the pathing, and it's just really neat. Like the visuals of this thing, I just set it apart from all those sort of other sort of city builds.
It is really funny though, that zoomed out shot doesn't make it look voxels right up until you get up close.
Yeah, it did.
It's like, yo, this is fucking dope.
Yeah, it looks really awesome. So yeah, looking forward to this one. It is in early access when it does come out.
Yep.
I played that on a demo earlier, so yeah, I think looking forward to it. I probably will pick it up when it comes out and then not touch it for a month or so.
That's pretty much what I do.
Let them do their updates for the next couple of month or so, and then
the early access information's on their store page. They're currently planning 6 to 8 months in early access. So, but much like a lot of early access games, that could well and truly change. That could double or triple in length.
Yep.
Fucking let's go! It's the sequel to Strange Horticulture.
Ah, okay.
Which,
now you mention that makes a lot more sense why it's on this list.
Yep. Fucking up. Where's the little cat? Hang on. Wait, where? Oh, the cat's down there. I can't bother trying to pick it up. The little cat. I bought the cat, a plush version of the cat from Strange Horticulture, which was a game where people come in and go, I either have a plant or I want a plant. What the fuck is this? Can you identify it? You are doing that, but with antiques. And Strange Horticulture was strangely fantastic, and I really enjoyed it. So fingers crossed, this does the same thing. Yeah. The early access version of Deep Rock Galactic Survivor hits 1.0 this month, finally. I played the demo before it came out, and I was like, yep, fucking let's go. And it's been in early access for over a year, and I haven't touched it. I have restrained myself. It is basically an arse game version of Deep Rock Galactic with mining. And that demo was fucking good. And yeah, hopefully, well, not even hopefully, I already know that it plays well enough based on when I played it. And then I'm going to probably lose a lot of time to this game, aren't I?
Based on the fact that the current Deep Rock game is multiplayer, this one isn't?
I think it can be.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I played Deep Rock solo.
I realize that.
And you have the little robot see the little yellow robot above, just outside of the middle?
Just there, and that little purple bit there.
Yep. So you get that in solo Deep Rock. That is also at play here. I think this can be co-op. Not 100% sure how a co-op arse game would go.
It's single player only, according to the Steam store page.
Single player only, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a while. This, I think, is probably the next, the evolution, the next intelligent evolution in the arse game. I'm super looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it. Yeah. Oh, let's go. I think this is a game we're both looking forward to.
Yeah, so Formula Legends is a game that I played a couple of episodes ago, talked about it. I wasn't particularly keen on it in terms of how it played and how it sort of, well, not played, how it sort of controlled and the camera angle. But I've been seeing an awful lot of YouTube stuff and saying, "Ben, this game's absolutely awesome." So I must have been missing something when I played it. So I'll give it a bit of time when it comes out. But I'd still like to. I'd like to like it because I like a lot about what it's doing presentation wise. But I just found the controls and the way the camera sort of moved around the screen as you drove around the course is a little bit. Just didn't quite feel right to me in some weird way. But I can't really explain beyond that. But yeah. That's out on the 18th of September on pretty much all platforms in full release too, so no early access stuff.
Except for the Switch 2, but everything that comes out on the Switch is also a Switch 2 game, much like the PlayStation 5. I think this might be the last game on the list.
No, appears to be one more after.
Alrighty then. Dying Light, The Beast. The semi-standalone, but also semi-Dying Light 3 that doesn't have the main character from 2. This got delayed by a couple months and is now coming out in September. It was meant to be out like May or June. It continues the story of Kyle Crane from the first Dying Light. And basically him going, "You motherfuckers, I'm going to get my revenge," because he got infected. I'm really curious how they continue that, because the first Dying Light was fucking awesome. The second Dying Light did not review as well. I haven't played it. I've been meaning to play it for the last like 3 years and haven't got to it yet. But I'm super hopeful for this. Like more of that first Dying Light. Sure. I dug that game. Parkour. There's way more than one game left.
I think there's 2 left.
There might be 2.
Yep. So
I think this is a you.
This is on my list. Basically a point and click adventure game of sorts, puzzle game. So it's Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile. Not sure. I haven't played anything about it, so the concept appealed to me. So I thought, give an eye on that one. So that's why that's on the list. Out towards the end of the month. And the early access, full. That's weird. It's on bloody PlayStation.
What the fuck?
That's really odd. That's an odd way to do it. Okay, that's what confused me. I thought it was going to be early access on PC, but it's actually full release on PlayStation 5 and Xbox on the Tuesday, and then early access on PC in October.
That doesn't make a lick of motherfucking sense.
No, it doesn't. But that's what we've got.
We're
talking about the Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, just for those not watching.
So that might need a bit of an update from IGDB, because that IGDB has the PlayStation 5 and Xbox versions coming out in Q3.
Okay, they've obviously changed it at some point.
So there might have been a change here, because during opening night live there was the announcement the early access was hitting on the 23rd.
Well, technically that is Q3. That's the last day of Q3.
Technically.
So that's why it's probably that's what the IGDB thing does. If they've got a Q3 release date, they'll just put it at the last date of the quarter.
Yep.
So that's probably why it's here. So it's not probably not an actual date, but that's how they put it in. So it's a bit of a weird.
I will say that first game was fucking cool as shit. They're making this one in quote unquote full 3D. You played the demo.
I played the demo. It looks really neat. I liked a lot of it. So yeah, looking forward to that one too. And that is the end of the games for September 2025.
At least half of them are coming out the next fucking week.
Yeah, the very front heavy, that one. That week.
I will say, digging through my wish list, I could have added twice as many games too, because there's a bunch of other things coming out in September. But I'm not quote unquote fully sold on the rest of those games yet. We'll see how they come out as the month goes on. October's got a bunch of shit in it too. Even more games to try and get to before Game of the Year. It's a good thing I get holidays.
Yeah, you lucky bugger. We'll do this bit.
Dance break!
And we have got bit of stuff on the YouTube channel. You've got your routine streams. Also on Enemy Twitch TV, Enemy Starship is where you'll get your
Close enough.
close enough stuff. Is that a Twitch channel? Is that what they call it? What's the term for Twitch channel, Twitch page, whatever?
Twitch channel.
Twitch, you find your stuff.
So yeah, if you give us a, I think it's a follow on Twitch, you'll get a notification when I go live.
When you go live, which is normally Fridays to Saturday nights Perth time.
Friday's about 4 Perth time, because that's basically by the time I go home from work.
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays, I fucking started at 1 o'clock on Saturday this week.
Yep, no time.
Yeah, it's just like, oh fuck, there's a lot I got to dig through the current backlog to see if there's anything that's worth the shit here. And a lot of times, no, it's not. I just bought it because I'm curious, and I'm like, oh fuck, what an idiot. And then
nothing next weekend because of Father's Day. So won't be having anything next weekend. Well, not.
I might do something. I might do a solo thing then.
What I mean by that is nothing from both of it at the same time, I should say.
Yep.
To clarify that. Podcast in a fortnight. I'll hopefully get my head around DaVinci Resolve and get the first episode of Salt the Factory Season 2 out. We shall see how we go. Listen, I haven't deleted it this time. I actually made a copy of it, so I'm good. So
there you go.
Won't delete it this time, so that's cool.
Oh fuck, that reminds me. I need to find the settings from OBS and put them somewhere I can find it again. Shit.
But I think that'll do us. Anything else? Any other business?
Nah. I meant to talk about music on the streams this week, and I kept forgetting both times because I'm smart. But I'll try and remember to do that on this coming Friday's stream, Friday Night Fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
Until the next one, this has been the Should I Play This Game podcast for the 1st of September 2025. We'll hopefully be back in a fortnight. Until then, thanks for watching and see ya.
Peace, yo!